Hello everyone, welcome back to Automation and BeamNG Drive. My name is Tim, and today we're going to be building a vehicle that was suggested to me, and we're going to be building none other than a 2011 Ford Edge. I know some of you might be disappointed, but just remember, the 2011 Ford Edge came with a V6 as standard, and that V6 in question made anywhere between 285 and 305 horsepower. So yeah, it's pretty decently powerful, and I hope you enjoy it because this thing's going to be pretty cool, all things considered. We're going to make the overall vehicle out of steel, partial monocoque, corrosion-resistant steel. We're not General Motors. Front longitudinal, double wishbone. And for the engine, we're just going to choose a V6. And we're going to make our own variant of the Hyundai Kia Ford 2 to 4 liter V6. And yeah, we're going to have to name it something. Ford, and then we're going to call it Edge. And that's it. Now we're on to the body part right here, and yeah, that's all for the body. We're not going to change or anything. But yeah, the sped up segment right here is just modifying the car just to get it out of the way, because it's something that I just want to get out of the way. We're going to make the roof black. The vehicle is overall going to be white as of right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to change the color later, but I might consider it. I might just consider changing the color for it. And yeah, overall, the vehicle is looking pretty good already. We're going to do an all-wheel drive transmission, helical, advanced auto, 6-speed, and yeah, we're just going to give it decently high top speed. Probably manual locker because I want us to be able to control whether it's all-wheel drive or front or rear, I'm not sure. Radial tires, hard long life, and yeah. So far, the vehicle is looking pretty darn good, all things considered. We're going to have steel wheels. We're going to make the wheels slightly larger and all that. And yeah, with that, we're also probably going to need to make them a lot wider as well. Get rid of these 235 pieces of crap out of here. No. We need 295s in the rear, even though the original vehicle probably almost certainly did not come with those wheels. But I want this thing to get really good traction, that's all. Carbon ceramic in the front, because why not? I mean, I'm not exactly budget friendly in this game. In fact, this game, I literally do not care about budget in the slightest. We're going to do flow optimized because this isn't a race car, nor is it like a sports car. So yeah, I want to get like slightly better fuel economy. We're going to make it maximum quality because I have no idea what the word budget means. Yeah, we're going to give it decent airflow. Yeah, just look at this, and you know what? Yeah, I'm probably going to make it slightly worse to make it more realistic to the actual vehicle itself. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. We're going to basically make it more realistic and all that other stuff. And now let's go on to interiors. And with our interior, we're obviously probably going to give this thing multiple seats. And when I mean multiple, I mean we're going to give this thing 8 seats in total. That is a lot. And now that I think about it, I don't even think the Ford Edge had 8 seats. It probably more had like 7 or something like that. And we're going to give it a premium interior because why not? This is probably going to be the sport version, the highest trim level that they made for this specific model year. We're going to give it a good steering system, probably electric or electric variable. We're going to give it the best traction aid, good safety for the 2010s. We're going to make it slightly heavier just to make it a little more realistic to the real thing. And for suspension, I don't know, we're probably going to do the most standard things we could possibly have because this is a Ford. It's not like it's a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or any other car with a special suspension that makes it better. It's not like a Lotus-tuned vehicle or anything like that, but it is still a pretty good car overall. It's better than a Mitsubishi Mirage, or to be fair, anything in Mitsubishi's modern lineup, because, well, Mitsubishi decided it would be a good financial decision to kill all their SUVs because, well, to be fair, their company is ran by a complete moron in that case, because their sedans weren't doing too terribly. And now, let's go on to the fixtures, and right now, the front end is what I'm working on, and let me say this, it's difficult. I also was working on the side end some, and my biggest struggle is finding headlights that actually look like the real ones and look good, all things considered. And then there's the taillights. The taillights are the absolute bane of my existence, so I'm just working on some other things as well. And yeah, there's the Ford logo, the Edge logo, the Sport, and then all that. And yeah, we're making all the trim black chrome, kinda, because why not? And then there's gonna be the interior as well. And yeah, that's all that right there for the outside. We also have some door handles and some other cool stuff like that. A little flag on like the spoiler. And then there's the interior. The interior is decently complicated. I'm gonna try and make it like Ford blue with some gray, some white, and like maybe some like fake wood or something like that to give it like a sense of quote-unquote luxury, because why not? And you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm actually kind of thinking about painting the car a different color now that I think about it, because I don't exactly want two white Fords exactly. There's already the Ford Flex that I made, which was white. I feel like I want to make this car maybe blue. But, well, here it is. The full thing. Ford, and last but not least, Edge. And, well, here it is. And now let's go to BeamNG Drive. Now, if it currently looks like it's lagging, well, that's because it is. And yeah, we just crossed the line, and now we're gonna try and beat this other car in a race, and oh, no. Oh, are you kidding me? I just hit a wall. What is going on with this car? It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be the edge of engineering, and the edge of what's possible. And also, I will admit, this thing does handle decently well, even with one of its wheels damaged. And also, right now, my GPU is at 100% capacity for some reason. I have never noticed that when playing BeamNG Drive, and yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do something about that, but my GPU is water-cooled, so hopefully it's not that big of a problem. And it's not like it's air-cooled and needs more effort to cool it down than just water, because, well, water has really good heat resistance and all that. And so far, the car is actually doing quite good. We're a minute into the lap already, and right now, our goal is just to get it across the finish line without crashing it into another wall. I want this thing to stop trying to crash and all that. Like, yeah, the steering is now kind of messed up because of that crash at the very beginning, and yeah, hopefully we can take this thing around the corner and just get it to where it needs to go without... Of course we're in the grass now, and we're struggling to stay in a straight line. And now, we can finally get to it. We can finally get to it! Well, okay, let's see, and we did pretty good, all things considered. We got 1 minute and 37 seconds, and if you see that thing for 21 hours ago, that was because I did another race in this vehicle and did almost pretty much 8 whole seconds better. But I'm not showing you that race because the footage for it that I got was horrible and unusable. And now let's go to the drag strip. Our first opponent is none other than the QO Musso, which is a little copper-colored minivan that I made that if I were to make it in real life, it would probably be larger, but yeah. And now, let's get ready to go. Let's go, okay. I'm kind of struggling right now because, well, of course I am. There were transmission issues with the actual vehicle itself for some reason. Like, it wouldn't shift into gear, which, to be fair, is kind of accurate to American car manufacturers as a whole. And so far, the vehicle is actually doing pretty good. 107 mile per hour trap speed and 13-second quarter mile. Pretty darn good, all things considered. But we did have a nearly 1 second reaction time, which is not at all good. And now for the next opponent, we have an airplane. Yes, an airplane. I'm gonna try and drag race with an airplane as my opponent. Hopefully this goes well. Come on, and it looks like they're stuck, and it does not look like they're moving at all. So yeah, we gotta scrap the whole plan, unfortunately. I'm very, very sad right now. But hey, we can now race against the Ford Flex, the almighty, legendary Ford Flex that I made. Now, I will give a little disclaimer, the Flex is about 600-something horsepower because, yeah, it's twin turbo, and let's go! Okay. Yeah, they're going to be overall faster than us because I'm not exactly good at making engines that have turbos that make little amounts of power. I either make them look really stupidly underpowered, as in my K car, or overpowered, as in the Flex. Because that vehicle was only supposed to have, like, I want to say 365 horsepower or so. Yeah, it is a lot more. And 42 milliseconds reaction time, not bad. Let's go to the next opponent, which is none other than the 4SB GT, my fastest and most powerful 6-cylinder vehicle. And if you've noticed anything, let's go. Okay, if you've noticed anything, they are significantly faster than us. They have about 950-something horsepower. And also, every vehicle we've raced against so far has a V6 of some sort. And yeah, they're pretty close to beating a Dodge Demon down the drag strip. Yeah, that other car is no joke at all, but neither is this car. It's pretty good. 197 milliseconds, not the best. And now, let's go to a different opponent. Now here we have the Group B Monstro. This vehicle right here has about 903 horsepower to what I remember, but also that vehicle weighs like a lot. And let's go! Okay, to my knowledge, that vehicle weighs, I want to say, twice as much as the previous vehicle, so yeah. Hopefully they're not as fast, and yeah, of course we're gonna lose. Of course we are, why not? But hey, I will say this. We did even better than this. We did a sub 13 second quarter mile. That is pretty darn good, especially in a Ford SUV. And now let's see what happened. And 190 millisecond reaction time, not the best. And we did not qualify, like not even close. Like, wow, those are just some fast times down there. And now here is another one of us, our doppelganger. In fact, our white paint doppelganger. They were too poor to afford this rad blue, which I color checked it. It's the exact same shade as in the Ford logo. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say that. And yeah, we're going and all that, and I really hope we beat them. I really, really hope that we got, like, the winning edge from them, because seriously, they better not win. We did pretty good. Pretty darn good, all things considered. And I'm excited to see, like, what the reaction time is, because I've been noticing that a lot. And let's see what we did. 16 milliseconds. I think that's the best reaction time I've ever seen. But yeah, the overall drag time, pretty good as well. We did not qualify, unfortunately, because we would need to do like a sub 7 second quarter mile in order to qualify, because yeah, you see those times there, they're pretty much all from the turbine thrasher. And now I have one more vehicle to race, and it's none other than the Crash Bucket. And let me say this, it's the same thing as that Group B Monstro vehicle, but the only difference, it weighs next to nothing and has the same amount of power, and also wider tires in the rear. And let's go! Okay, yeah, of course we're gonna lose. It's, why did I not see this coming? Of course we're gonna lose, because they have way more power than us, but hey, we've been doing pretty good throughout the whole drag race and all that. And that right there was probably the second fastest vehicle down this strip so far. It was not as fast as the 4SB GT, which got like a sub 9, but 20 milliseconds, not bad at all. And now, let's just do some free driving in this abandoned field, because, yeah, I recently visited the Ford Motor Museum, and yeah, this place right here reminds me of what the road condition up there is like. So what we're gonna do now is just have a happy-go-lucky joyride around the place, this abandoned facility and all that, and basically we're just gonna explore, because I think that'll be pretty fun. And so far, we're just, I want to say front-wheel drive right now, maybe rear wheel, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, okay. Yeah, that right there is a hill, so yeah, I'm gonna need to retry that at some point, maybe. Maybe there's another hill that's even cooler that I could just retry on that instead. Now, all I want to do right now is just explore and show you the absolute serene landscape that is the abandoned factory complex right here. and it's beautiful. It's beautiful with the shades of the tetanus rainbow. Truly, truly beautiful and life-threatening to anyone who doesn't have a tetanus shot, because let me say this, tetanus, from what I've heard, is excruciatingly painful. You just get your tetanus shot. Even if you're an anti-vaxxer, get your tetanus shot. That's all I have to say. That is your PSA from Tim. Get your tetanus shot. It is horrible if you don't. And you know what? I want to get out of this dilapidated building just to explore, like, the concrete mill or whatever this part of the facility is, because I've seen, like, a factory that makes, like, concrete or... No, I think that's limestone. Why am I unable to think about my construction equipment and stuff? Why can't I organize them by what it really is and not just come up to assumptions, like saying, oh, these ramps and stuff deliver the materials for concrete? Like, limestone can be used in concrete. It won't be the strongest, but... Ooh, a bridge! But, you know what? Do I want to go under that bridge? You know what? Probably. Yeah, probably. I definitely do want to go under that bridge and see what's on the other side and ramps. Whee! Oh, that was incredibly disappointing what just happened. Now, let me just go back in time and retry that again. Okay, let's see. Let's pick up enough speed to go over this bridge, and let's see. Cowabunga! Okay, we did pretty good. Don't hit the corn, and... yeah. Well, hey, at least it's built Ford tough at the very least. That's the good thing, and let's just see how this thing drives after getting into such a ridiculous crash. Drives as if it were brand new. Lovely. Just truly, truly lovely. And now, I just kind of want to find a way out of, like, the main area, because in many BeamNG Drive maps, there are actually ways to escape the main play area, and the main, like, area that you're confined to. I hope that I can find a way out of here, and let me say this, I am a pretty big fan of the trees, how they, like, are just everywhere and stuff like that. Nature's taken back its home. That's lovely, and these roads, let me say this, yeah, probably should not drive in third person. Yeah, probably absolutely should not. Yeah, I don't like doing this. Driving in third person is a major struggle for me, but hey, at least this thing handles better than the Cybertruck off-road, because this thing, at the very least, has not broken down. And yeah, the suspension's nice and bouncy, it's lovely, and are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All I want to do is get across this river and over to, like, the uninhabited lands and stuff like that. You know what? I have no choice. I am gonna ford the river in this thing. No pun intended. Yippee-ki-yay! And now, we are finally ready to explore the outside limits of the world. Let's go! Okay, I am very, very excited for our journey that we're going to have ahead of us, because, let me say this, I am not sure how far this map goes, but my goal, go to a corner of the world if the land actually lets us drive on it. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be very, very sad, and I'm probably going to send a letter of complaint to the BeamNG Drive Corporation if I can't drive on places that I'm not supposed to be in the first place. But let me say this vehicle is pretty darn fast, and all that. All things considered, this thing is actually pretty quick, I'm not even going to lie. And it's also pretty fun to drive, all things considered, because it has a nice bouncy suspension. It's quick, as I said earlier, and 100 miles per hour, congratulations. And I did not expect the out-of-bounds area to be this bumpy, all things considered. Okay, we found a road, but that's probably going to be utterly useless in the grand scheme of things. So let's just continue driving out and enjoying ourselves. Driving out to the middle of nowhere in our little blue Ford SUV, because I'm just happy right now. I'm truly, truly happy at the fact that we're even able to be out here. It did take some time to get across that river, because I actually cut out a part where I just straight up switched to an electric vehicle, because electric vehicles in this game can drive underwater, and gas-powered vehicles can't, which is really sad. Like, I wish you could add a functioning snorkel to these vehicles, which, all things considered, you probably could, but it would require, like, some mods and stuff like that. So, yeah. And also, I do like the way that this vehicle looks. It does feel accurate to the real thing, and let me just say this, the fact that we're able to go almost 140 off-road is pretty impressive, all things considered, because this is just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful vehicle. And now, it's time to play our cowboy chase music that you've probably heard in most Western movies if you do watch Western movies, or if you ever have watched a Western movie, because some of us have not, and, well, it's okay. Now we're in the lower resolution land, nice. And now, on with the music! Now that our poorly made montage is over, we can finally bask in joy, knowing that we have reached an ocean. We have reached a boundary of some kind. I'm not sure if this is the actual edge of the map, or if this is just, you know, like a generated ocean to trick people who go beyond the limits of the map. But yeah, of course the engine is hydrolocked, and of course it did it again. So yeah, let's undo that all, and let's just admire the beauty of this. We're in one of the most remote places in all of BeamNG Drive. We're in a place so beautiful, desolate, and just precious that it's just wonderful. And we're here in our Ford Edge, our wonderful SUV. The Ford Edge is a vehicle capable of traveling to the edges of the earth, and it's just beautiful, all things considered. This blue SUV, a thing created by humans, traveling to the edge of nature. It's just a truly wonderful thing, and I'm just gonna kind of just bask in the water some. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, but it won't last forever because this isn't the edge of the world. There's all that in the distance, so yeah, I'm gonna need to go over there at some point, and so we're gonna probably continue the montage again at some point, our poorly made one, and with the cowboy music and all that. We're probably gonna do that, or I might just use a different song, I'm not sure. But yeah, so far we're doing really, really good, and we're currently on a quest to find the ends of the world. And now, I shall engage the montage. For that particular montage, I decided to do some different music, and we also made it to what I believe is the easternmost point of the world right now. We're currently here, and I believe the direction we're currently traveling is north. So yeah, I'm going to continue the montage again because I'm fairly certain it's a pretty long distance away, and I don't just want to spend the whole time talking. I want you to be able to just understand just how far this whole thing is, because a montage can help explain just how far away something is, because, well, it can convey a lot over a very short amount of time. And now, let's go with the rest of the montage. Now, if you look closely, you might be able to see the edge of the map, the point where the water finally comes over to the northernmost side of the world. We're braking, we're not going to make it, so yeah, just reset the vehicle's position, and now let's just bask in the eternal glory that is this particular moment right here. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to sing Edge of the World by Dragon Force. I've seen through the eyes of the dead and suffering for them time and again, granted with immortality, the price of eternity for the chosen one. I think you get the point. You don't need me to sing a Dragon Force song, and anyway, that's all. Bye! Okay, I'm just kidding. That was not the end of the video. We're instead gonna go inside of a dome in the, I don't know what this, I think Jump Arena Volume 2 or something. Yeah, that's what this is, and this dome is actually really nice. It has all these neon lights, it's pretty and all that. It's easy to enter, so you can escape anytime you want. And we get to see the beautiful, beautiful Golden Gate Bridge. Easily one of my favorite bridges in existence. And this just feels wrong. We're driving on a dome that's made of glass, I know that, but it looks like we're driving on nothing right now. Like, it feels like that, and you know what? I think this is a pretty cool way to end the video, because, you know what? This is just fun, and well, hopefully we do not hit the wall. We better not hit it, because I don't want to, and wait a minute, now that I think about it, are the neon lights in like a basketball pattern? Because one of the center stripes is skinnier than the other stripes, and anyway, well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this, because this is a pretty cool little place and all. First time I've ever been inside of this dome or anything like that, and yeah, I don't think we have enough power to go upside down, which is sad, but anyway, oh no! I think it's dead. I really, really think it's dead. And anyway, that's actually all. Bye.